Your original hometown dealer, Saida, Trudeau Chrysler Jeep Dodge and Ram.
Sharon and I have, we've argued a time or two. I keep telling you, you're the little sister. You don't argue with the big brother, but she still does it. And I'm telling you what, it's such a brother and sister relationship. And I just love her for it, because I always know.
That's the best.
Yeah, it is. And she'll tell me the truth. And we have different views on things. But not very many of them have anything to do with individual liberty or our Constitution.
Well, we had a meet and greet, and I had a dear friend come in, Sheriff Richard Mack. He's been a friend of mine for a lot of years now.
He's a constitutional sheriff.
Yes, he is a
What does that mean?
constitutional sheriff. Well, it means that he's the only sheriff in history that's gone up against the federal government and won a lawsuit. He and Sheriff Pence won a lawsuit when, you remember when the Brady Act came in? Well, the first part of that Brady Act made that all of the sheriffs across the country do the backgrounds for nothing. We were going to be doing the backgrounds for the federal government. And Sheriff Mack pushed back because if you know anything about doing backgrounds, it costs you money. Well, that money was going to come out of every county across the United States. And so he and Sheriff Pence pushed back and won the case. David Hebert came in from, where was he now? Bakersfield, California. And he spoke for me. And of course, Diane Sauter and Eric Murphy. And let's go back to something that I used to hear on the radio all the time. Mm-hmm. And that's truth, honesty, and the American way.
Yeah.
I think that pretty much sums it up. I stand for, as you know, I stand for transparency and accountability and credibility, integrity, and mostly honesty. Because if you can't be honest with yourself, then you can't be honest with anyone else. Actually, with ICE, we generated about 35 new jobs, and then I generated another 2 jobs through contracts with the military, the U.S. Air Force, actually.
How's it going financially in the sheriff's office now? Because I know back in the day when you first started, you had a mess on your hands, and then you got that under control, right?
Well, it was ugly, but it was ugly not because really not because of mismanagement, mm-hmm. so much as they put the money into one pot and they pulled it out for various things, and you just can't do that. Now I have cost codes for everything, and I need to track those cost codes so that I can show the county exactly what we're spending and what we're spending for what. You know, I can justify the fact that we need more ammunition, or that we need more equipment of a certain kind, or we need more vehicles, which we do, and they're finally coming around to that. I have a lot of new technology, but I'm very careful about the technology that I do get. I don't want people to feel as though Big Brother's watching them. The technology I've gotten has been basically to ensure the safety of my officers and also ensure the safety of the public. I put body-worn cameras on, and now the state requires it. There's a national standard that you have to look at 5% of all the video that's taken. I put 360 cameras around the vehicles, and the reason for that is because we had a couple of officers in Vegas get shot in their patrol car. That they didn't know who did that, and they had to go around all the businesses to see if, they caught it on their cameras. Well, they'll catch it on these cameras. No, that's a safety feature. The third thing I did was I put cameras on their handguns, and that's to protect us, as far as the county is concerned, for liability purposes.